If you're a real estate agent who knows that video matters, but the idea of filming, posting, editing, captioning, and all the things makes you feel overwhelmed, then this video is for you. Most agents don't fail at video because they're lazy or they're bad on camera. Most of them fail because they try to do it all by themselves. Today, I'm going to walk you through how to outsource your video production one step at a time so that you can build your personal brand without burning out or by handing over the keys too early. You don't need a full agency on day one. You just need to take the right steps at the right time. So let's dive in. Step number one is hire an editor. Editing is one of the most time-consuming parts of video production, and it's also one of the easiest things to hand off. A professional editor can edit faster than you ever would, maintain consistency, and do it at a rate that's affordable compared to your hourly value as an agent. You can find editors on places like Fiverr or similar marketplaces, but just know this up front, that it can be hit or miss. Some editors may be great, some of them may not yet understand things like pacing and captioning, or social media in general. So be patient. This is part of the process. Try 2 or 3 editors out till you find one that is reliable. 2 biggest things to look for are consistent quality and reliable turnaround times. Once that editing is off of your plate, you immediately get some time back and the momentum starts building. Which leads us then to step number 2, which is find a social media manager. The next bottleneck for agents is posting. Even when the videos have been edited, a lot of times they just sit in a folder. Because posting feels easy to procrastinate, especially if we don't like everything about ourselves in a video that we had edited for us. This is where a social media manager comes in. They post your videos on a schedule across the platforms that you've chosen. This removes the pressure of posting a video that doesn't feel perfect to you, because ultimately the video will be far more valuable to you if it gets posted than if it gets perfected over the next however long it takes to make a video perfect. And there are very few perfect videos. And some great news about this position, this does not need to be a high-level marketing position. It can easily be a virtual assistant that you pay a fair wage in their country, but that's affordable to you. And before you back out because you think, well, no one can ever sound just like me whenever they're writing in the caption, you're right, but we don't actually need them to sound exactly like you. We need the job to be done and to be done well. Again, the need for perfection is what's going to prevent growth. So take that next step in outsourcing and hire a social media manager. And if you ever need help finding, vetting, or training a social media manager, that's something that we help agents with all the time. Just send us a message. Step number 3 then is to hire a videographer. Once you're consistent, the next thing to level up is your production quality. This is when you bring in a videographer. This allows you to level up things like lighting, audio, camera quality, and really importantly, camera confidence, as your videographer, if it's a good videographer, will be able to help you show up more confidently. You don't suddenly become a different person whenever you're being filmed by a videographer, but you do level up your credibility by appearing more professional. And credibility matters a lot when sellers are deciding who to trust with their biggest asset. This step alone of hiring a videographer can dramatically increase your watch time, your perceived professionalism, and ultimately how seriously people take you. And that brings us to step number 4, which is the step that most agents skip, and it limits their growth. It's time to hire a content strategist. This individual helps you make decisions about what kinds of videos do I make? What topics should I cover? How do I structure my videos? And ultimately, how do I guide viewers towards trust and action? Instead of wondering things like, what should I post? Did I say that the right way? You simply show up to the video shoot and do whatever the content producer tells you to do. This role is critical if you want viewership to climb and you want leads to become more consistent. And if you've gotten to this point, it's probably time to consider hiring an A to Z agency. This kind of agency handles the entire production from start to finish, filling every role except for being you. So they handle the strategizing, the scripting of the content, the filming of the content, the editing of the content, and ultimately the posting of the content, so that all you're doing is showing up to a video shoot doing what you've been instructed to do, and then doing what you're best at, which is finding new deals and serving your clients. So here's the big takeaway. You don't have to outsource everything at once. You can do things one step at a time, starting with outsourcing your editing. And when you've bought back some time and you can get some more deals, then you can outsource the social media management. Then look at hiring a professional videographer, and then ultimately hire someone as a content strategist. And once you've gotten to that point, it's likely that you'll hire an A to Z agency who does all of the above things under one roof. And by that point, you have likely reached top producer status. You're in the top 10% of realtors, and you are continuing to elevate yourself above the competition. Here at Fiedler Films, we're helping realtors through each step of this outsourcing journey. And if you're curious where you fit and what your next step would be, then book a discovery call with us, and we'll help you find the next step.